Well, it's because she was never allowed to stay over at the old place.
Oh, so, okay. So they
just never
had a
happened.
chance.
But we've slept together there a few times without their knowing, without our parents knowing. But I'd say about
Now it's live.
five or six times total, I'd say, until now. But I feel like, I don't know, it's just my brain, I don't know, I feel like I don't get as into a deep of a sleep as I am by myself.
Yeah,
that makes
I
sense.
feel it. Like, it's nice sleeping
it.
with another person, but I feel like I just wake up way more than I usually do. And I'm already a really light sleeper, so if the person next to me moves and makes any noise that isn't just ambient huffing and puffing, I'm gonna wake up.
From being with you guys, like for the most part, like Dawson's and all that stuff, when we would all get together, I learned very quickly to wake up first.
Yeah.
Do they do stuff to you?
No. Not at all. I just woke up first because I didn't like the fact that people are awake when I'm asleep.
Around you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What if you're in another room? Like, you knew that other people were in
What
a
if the door's
room
locked
awake.
too?
If the door is like locked or something, I could, like, the thing is, like, when I sleep with another person, like, I will be the first to wake up. I'll wake up to my first alarm and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, me too.
But like, if I sleep by myself, it's like, I can turn this alarm off.
You've
I
never
can sleep again.
you've
Another
never
10 minutes.
slept through an alarm?
Not like sleeping with someone else. No.
Okay.
I do that.
You just
all
want to
the
get
time.
out of there.
I have deep ass I'm a deep sleeper. To be
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you are.
Yeah, we know.
It's
How many podcasts we were supposed to record? We would have had like 5 extra episodes.
no
the back
way.
logs.
No way.
Get fucked.
Maybe in the plebcast era.
Yeah, total maybe 5, but there's been a good amount that I can complain about it.
No, but like I personally, I have a good night's sleep when I sleep with Sydney. We'll have our backs turned to each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to like cuddle and sleep the whole
Dinging your
night.
sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Realistically,
do that.
nobody
Anaya-
does that.
Anaya gets pissed the fact that I don't cuddle her to sleep, but it's like, I am a back sleeper. Like,
Yeah.
I am the log and you need to lay on me if anything.
Also,
right?
it's like I can only be in like one position for a certain amount of time before I have to flip over.
Yeah, dude, that's me. And then Steph will get mad that I don't cuddle her, and it's like I have to. I'm like, I just fucking go up and down all fucking.
Side's not brown yet.
I'm getting too brown in this side. I gotta move.
I'm burning.
Yeah, I'll get agitated if I'm like cuddling her. I'm like, I have to move. Like, my body's
I'm
telling me to
so
move.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like it's legit super uncomfortable.
Someone gets it.
I refuse to have my arm underneath someone as well because it's just like too long. And like when I need to move, you'll start bitching or whatever.
It
It's like,
depends.
I need to move the arm. I can't feel it anymore.
If we're specifically just cuddling, then I can have my arm under them.
Yeah.
Also,
if
because
it's sleep time-
Sydney's pretty light, so it's like not
Sleepy time.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, just fucking
But also like
chuck her.
yeah.
Or chuck them.
But the what's it called? Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
But Sydney was light. You don't mind cuddling, but
Falling asleep with the arm under now.
Yeah.
Or with the arm under, I would have to get it fucking lopped off. Like, there have been times where I'm like, you gotta like clench your fist and move your wrist around.
Every nerve in your arm.
Yeah, literally. I can't wake them up.
there was this one time in I think it was like elementary, back when I was living in my grandma's house. But I fell asleep with my arms above me. And when I woke up, when I tell you I thought I had no arms,
Yeah.
like I sit up and it just flops.
It's happened to me
It's like
too.
I'm touching things I can feel with my fingertips, but like everything's just dead as fuck.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like radio static feeling. It's just like this is
ghost
what
arms.
this is what like fucking phantom limbs feel like, but they're real.
That happened to me one time. I woke up and immediately did like I shifted my torso around to flail my arms and I just went back to sleep. I was like, I've been waiting for
Can't
this
deal
day.
with this.
You guys were like, what am I gonna do? That's all I wanted to do.
I wish I could move my arm right now. It'd be like another person.
Welcome to the NULL Thought Podcast.
Oh,
My name is Zane.
I'm Anthony. And we have Michael here.
Skip Alex.
We have Michael, long friend of the show, long friend of all of us. He was on
he's
during
actually been here in the background of every single episode. Believe it or not.
He's our Jamie.
Yeah.
Except I pull nothing up.
He's just on his phone in the back. He's looking it up himself.
Jamie looked that up. He's asleep.
You just see him like reading to himself, like, "Oh, that's pretty interesting."
Yeah, that's pretty
Doesn't share anything with anyone.
Goes back to sleep.
You guys are actually really wrong.
He He was here during our Plebcast days, which was our original podcast that we have since rebranded from.
Yeah, back when we were cooler than now. You guys would hate to see it.
Yeah, it's funny because like we were what, like 19, 20 starting to do that.
Freshman
And now we're
college.
jaded, cold, hard, and 22.
We went through an entire nihilism stage and now we're here.
I'm hard and 22 already.
Fuck yeah.
You can hear how high our voices were,
You can
which is
hear
really
how high we were.
That's true. I think.
a little bit.
Yeah.
That's probably not a good idea to smoke during the podcast because
Yeah.
we would just be like, bro,
Yo.
what about like ancestry or like
Oh my
aliens?
God.
You really don't understand the geopolitics until you really get down to it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly that. We'd be like, bro, that shit is absolutely crazy.
It's like the
Unironically.
18-year-old like arrogance brain.
Yeah.
You think you know shit, but
Yeah.
you really don't.
I was more oftentimes than not speaking out of my ass.
I still am.
Yeah.
You got to do a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
gotta-
not afraid to admit it now.
Yeah, you got to talk out of your ass so someone who knows what they're talking about comes at you hard and puts you in your place.
We don't
Yeah.
have a Jamie, so we pretend we're right, so that way we actually can find out. It's all just been a
Yeah,
trick
exactly.
the entire time.
You have to talk
For
out
our
your
one
ass for somebody else to correct you on the fact that you're talking out your ass. And that's how you learn.
I just said
And none of that happens.
I
So.
just said that.
What?
We just said that.
Dream.
So we have, since Michael has been on the recent Plebcast episode, there's been
Like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's like 3 years ago now at this point.
4.
Yeah, maybe 4. We were talking about dreams back then, and Michael had a dream journal that he used to keep, and we wanted to talk about our dreams a little bit since then, or I guess
And then
of
Michael
those eras.
burned his dream
Yeah, he
journal
threw it
and
in
he
a
said that he
fucking
hated
fire.
us.
Yeah.
The dream journal.
He went Shark Boy and Lava Girl on us. And he went, who was the fucking teacher?
George Lopez.
I remember George Lopez, the teacher, when he came as him.
Yeah, George Lopez playing himself as the teacher.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You ruined my dream journal.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I haven't seen that
exactly.
fucking. I've seen that Shark Boy and Lava Girl probably like billions
I've
of
seen
times.
it so
Yeah.
many times.
Like-
That movie and Spy Kids.
Oh,
where
dude,
cultural
Spy Kids
touchstone.
3D
Yes.
was my shit.
Dude, Elijah, what's his name? Elijah Woods was
Elijah
in
Wood,
it.
yeah.
He was literally in it for like 5 minutes and then he just
He's
died.
not that guy.
No, he's not
He's
that
literally
guy.
not that
He's
guy,
not
pal.
that guy.
No.
That was like the first movie I saw in 3D too.
I didn't even see it in 3D, I don't think. I saw it on fucking Disney Channel.
Do you guys
Nerd.
think those dumb fucking red and blue glasses ever did anything?
No.
I think it did.
I was
No, they
disappointed. I felt
they-
disappointed.
It was
when
like
they
a
put them on.
primitive technology of 3D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't like shit's like actually reaching out at you, but you could definitely tell that there's like a 3D aspect. you
Did
know?
it ever ruin the experience for you? Because it's just like
Because
the
now it's just red and blue.
blue. It looks like ass. You're just sitting there like, whoa.
Okay, to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a movie where they gave you actual red and blue glasses. I feel they're
What do you
usually
mean?
just the black ones with the green and purple.
More
I mean, like,
modern ones,
nowadays,
yeah, the
but
modern ones.
I mean,
back when I saw Spy Kids 3D.
I didn't see it. I didn't
in
see it in
theaters, and I had red and blue ass fucking.
I didn't see it in theaters. The only time I ever had red and
red and glue stuck to my face.
The only time I ever huffed glue was in 7th grade, and it ruined me for life. No, but the red and blue glasses I would only have for like comic books and shit.
You
That's
guys
the only
ever
time I
do
would
hard
see
kid drugs?
it. Like sniffing Sharpies?
Yeah, like
Like pixie
Sharpies,
sticks?
glue, hand
Expo
Pixie
markers.
sticks. Where do you go?
Expo
Pussy?
markers.
Snorting pixie sticks, bro.
Pussy.
Wow.
Snort spicy Dorito.
Oh, okay.
Who snorted G Fuel? I'm trying to think of who that was. It's someone I know.
Is it
Holy
Nick?
shit. Was it like at
Man, I don't know.
during lunch?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
What year?
Sometime
All
in
of
high
them,
school.
probably.
Yeah.
You want to do the annual G Fuel snorting?
Pass down the
Who would
torch.
even bring G Fuel? I feel like the only person I've ever seen with G Fuel in high school was like or something. Like that's the only person I've seen with
That's a name I
Yeah, I know.
that like stunned me.
Young Bun.
Young Bun.
Or should I say Glad Official? Shout out Glad Official, SoundCloud rapper.
Let's collab
extraordinaire.
sometime, dude.
Yeah, we'll get him on the podcast.
To reel it back into dreams.
Oh, yeah.
little tangent there.
Small tangent.
Do you guys have dreams like recently as adults?
No, I have waking nightmares.
What do you
Really?
mean?
Where it's like I'll wake up in bed and I'll just see shit in the corners of the room. It's like it's nothing.
Oh, like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So you just have sleep paralysis?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I don't think that's a
Interesting.
waking nightmare.
it's the same thing.
No, I
Is
think
a waking nightmare just like you have a bad dream? Oh, I woke up. It's like, okay.
Well, yeah, but that's not what's happening.
None of my
You're
dreams
saying-
are good.
You're
Is what I'm
saying
trying to say.
You're saying
But
that
that's
you
not sleep
wake up.
paralysis then.
You're saying that you wake up and then you see a dude in the corner. That's not.
Yeah,
You
then
see
my-
a demon and
That's-
you can't move.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying is that's not a waking nightmare.
Yeah, that's
You know?
sleep
Jamie,
paralysis.
Yeah.
what is a waking nightmare?
A nightmare is so scary that it freaking wakes you up, dude.
When I used to have nightmares as a kid, I used to envision, like I was always being chased by something. I think
Yeah.
I mentioned this maybe to Alex the last time we went to Columbus on the drive, but I was talking about how in every one of my nightmares as a kid, I was either falling from space or the other genre was like, I'm just put into a field or like a map or just some random location, whether it's my house or school or whatever. And I know that there's something after me. I don't know where it is, and I'm just
Oh.
waiting for it to appear.
I remember because we were talking about the back rooms like right
Yeah.
after that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He asked me what was the proposition that you gave me? It was like,
it was like you get the most restful sleep of your
Yeah.
of your life every single time, but every time you sleep, you dream of being in the back rooms.
yeah.
And it's like random. You're literally the poster board format of the back rooms. You're in it.
I'd be fine with
essentially.
that.
I said I'd probably be okay with that because
me
I
too.
like did that shit as a kid anyways.
Yeah.
So like I would just be sitting in my room and like the closet door opens and I'm like, here we go. And every time I could get out of it by envisioning that I was in a video game and then I just like bring up a menu and then hit exit. And,
You're like
Yo,
facing
what
up
the
against Slender Man. It's like,
Like,
I'm gonna
yeah,
kill you.
escape.
007, you go into the
Boom, 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 boom.
you pull up the watch, yeah. I mean, essentially it was like that where I was just like, I paused and then I scrolled down to exit and then I leave.
You're like settings FOB
You know-
Yeah.
3 million.
That's OP, dude. What the fuck?
It was pretty. It was because I fucking played video games for 12 hours a day.
Did you enable developer console, bro?
I wish. God no.
Just no click away.
Yeah, so select entity Slender Man. Delete.
Replace My Little Pony, son.
My brain started going against me sometimes too, because occasionally it just wouldn't work, and I'd be like, exit, 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 and the game wouldn't be paused, and I'm like, fuck, I just gotta run.
Yeah.
Damn.
Insert item jar.
I remember specifically one nightmare that kind of fucked with me. It was during like the height kind of like all the Slenderman shit. I was like maybe like 11 or 12 or some shit like that. And I had a dream where I was like in my house and I saw like Slenderman like in the forest or some shit. And then I was like, oh, that's Slenderman. I should turn around and run away. And then like I turn around and then I'm in the forest. And then I'm like, wait a second. And I turn back around and then he's like right in front of me. And like I try to like I can feel myself like in my dream, like in my brain being like scream, run, scream, run.
Literally
And
paralyzed
I'm
by
not doing
fear.
anything. Like I'm just sitting there like fucking frozen.
Yeah.
That shit was pretty scary. That freaked me out.
I think one of the more turbulent times for me having like fucking nightmares of dreams is that I remember being very young and also in elementary school. I was visiting my dad because I lived with my grandma, so I visited my dad on weekends and we were together. And I remember the night before school, he's playing the very first Dead Space game.
Oh shit.
And you guys ever beat Dead Space?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well,
I've never beat it.
let's just say that as a child, I was like, okay, I'm going to bed. And he's like, don't watch this game. You're going to get scared. And he's like, right at the end. It's like, well, he's right at the end, like and from the,
Well,
and because my room didn't have a door at the time. It was basically just like a curtain that kind of like
okay.
okay.
like blocked the TV essentially. But I could see out a little crook in the window or like the curtain. And so I saw him beat the game and that terrified the shit out of me. To everyone who's played the game, you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. And that shit plagued my child mind for nights, like in a row. I just couldn't sleep. And then it's like that. I was like the first time I stayed up for like 2 days in a row.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Were you guys able to like watch horror movies as a kid? Because
Yeah.
I like not like allowed to permission wise, but allowed to like
Yourself.
were you able to like stomach them? Because like I remember watching like my brothers were watching Saw or at some point when I was like maybe 13, 12, 11, 10, somewhere around there. And that shit like freaked me the fuck out. I was like, bro, they just jumped in a pile of fucking needles. They are cutting their arms off. Like,
Yeah.
is this real?
Did they really do this?
It felt real enough to me. Like I was so.
I can watch
freaking
horror
fuck out.
movies. I feel
Nah.
like, well, specifically ghost ones I couldn't watch for some
Ghost
reason.
ones
Oh.
freaked me out.
Oh, dude, I was a big Ghost Adventures kid. Like,
Really? I was too, yeah.
loved the Ghost Adventures.
I watched like the TV shows, like the paranormal, like TV shows.
Paranorman.
Yeah.
Not paranormal.
I watched Gravity Falls.
You know, like the scary horror movie. But yeah, like I would watch like that shit or like ghost hunting shit on YouTube.
Okay.
Did you guys ever do it like yourselves? Like go into
I
like,
went-
I had an
ghost
app on my
hunting.
phone.
Yeah.
And I was
you
like,
had a what?
an app on my phone. It's like you
Oh.
talk to them and
Yeah.
it's like tweaking
Like
the
a
fuck
spirit
out.
box.
Yeah.
What was that one? Like I only remember seeing that app for like a very, very, very short while. But it's like, oh, let's do some like it's like coincidence mapping or something.
Oh, you're
Where-
talking about Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember like driving out somewhere to like
Yeah.
some weird warehouse, like in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I'm like, we're gonna get like mugged and killed. This is like a setup for the fucking dark web to like just kidnap people
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, it's like
I'm
you
not
go on
gonna
a-
bring it up because it's just like let that app fucking die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an app, and it's just like you tell it like your like you give it like a
thoughts and prayers.
yeah you give it like a radius or some shit, and then like your location, and you're supposed to like it's so stupid, but like people say that you're supposed to have like some kind of intention or something like when you hit go, because then that'll take you to like some place that you were supposed to be in that moment or some shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like
That's
it's all about
weird.
like that coincidence mumbo jumbo shit lining up and it all being connected and
Ley
everything.
lines.
Like the schizo, like literal schizo posting, you know? And like, cause like I literally, people would tell me, I feel like it's like Geonaut or something like that.
Why?
I had to know the name. I had to think of the name. It's something like that.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Like there were people that were telling me stories about it. Like I was thinking about Orange, and then the place that we went to, there was a traffic cone, and I was like, oh!
brought us to the Orange Factory. No way.
It's like, okay, dog.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I got really into not specifically that coincidence mapping shit, but like the ghost hunting
Yeah.
aspect, just because I was super interested. It was like a little kid thing where I was like, I firmly believed in ghosts, and I was like, I gotta find them. I gotta do something.
They're out there.
Yeah. Because the house I grew up in was haunted. I've mentioned this on like the very first episode of Plebcast.
Very matter
Oh
of
yeah,
factly.
literally
Um,
the first episode is I'm haunted by my sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Classic
That
episode.
I feel like I haven't seen anything in that house, but everyone else in my family has. So I'm like, I don't really know what to feel like, but I do have a very early memory of like, I think my earliest memory, I was 2. And I just remember my door opening and something walking into my closet, and I started like freaking out because I'm like, what the fuck just went into my closet?
Yeah.
And my parents came up and they're like, there's nothing in here. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then nothing ever happened to me after that.
Beyond that.
Maybe like really specific things. Like I remember there was one time where I was just sitting at my computer like years after my parents divorced. And I was just over at my dad's. He still lived at the house. I was over there for like a weekend. And I was just sitting at the computer, and I had one of those garbage cans that had like the turnstile lid where if you hit it hard enough,
it
it'll
goes-
flip.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
So I was just sitting there. I hear like the bong because it was like stainless steel or whatever, and I just see it going, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
That's weird.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I kind of miss the ghosts from my childhood.
Come back,
Like-
please.
like-
I am the ghost from my
I'm
childhood.
so alone.
Like low key, I used to in my grandma's house. I used to see like I would never see like anything other than the feet. So maybe this would be more of a ghost for you now.
Shut the
And-
fuck up.
for him.
Owned.
But no, it was always just like
I saw exactly where that was going.
the stereotypical like white dress, kind of like dirty bottom kind of thing.
30 feet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, we gotta move
How
on
dirty?
soon. We gotta
How
move
dirty we talking here?
How dirty were those dogs?
Some light foliage, maybe some not.
She
not
came
like
back from
mud pads, but
foraging.
definitely dirt pads.
Oh yes. Thank you.
No, but like I would always see like the feet of this ghost, like up the stairs, in our bathroom, and it's like I would never see the face, and it would just kind of like pop up, be like a haha little jump scare, and I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah,
How do you
it's
guys?
so
How do you
weird.
guys like? Do you guys like fake interact with ghosts in your own home?
You guys believe in ghosts? That's all
I don't know if I believe in
don't
ghosts.
okay.
I haven't necessarily ruled it out,
Okay.
but also like I'm not really out there being like, yeah, ghosts are real.
With how many ghost hunters and like how many scientists are genuinely interested in this kind of phenomenon, I feel like there should have been some form of concrete evidence by
Yeah.
now. So I feel like it's just kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to fully understand empathy, and then I'm gonna try like ghost hunting.
I think I think the human mind is just like really powerful.
I was just about to say something
yeah,
like that.
Especially when
the
you're in fucking
imagination.
dark.
Yeah, the dark, and you're a child, and like you probably already have like a lot of shit built up around like evil shit. Maybe like I definitely think so. Like when you're a kid and you watch like certain shows and stuff, and they paint like evil as like these black monsters and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense to me that we also always assume just like ghost means like evil, right? How does it like
Yeah.
billions of people die? You're
Mhm.
telling me that every single one that got left behind is some fucking dickhead?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, isn't the theory that all ghosts are not the ones that didn't make it to heaven? So
Yeah, they're like-
people like go to
they have,
heaven.
like, unfinished
I don't want to
business.
go to heaven.
They got
Like, fuck,
unfinished
am I-
business, bro.
yeah.
They're like stuck in purgatory.
It's like
That's why
the shittier people are ghosts, right?
That's
So
why. Yeah, it's a selection bias.
Yeah, exactly. God's like,
Yeah,
fuck you.
you're shitty. You're shitty.
Yeah.
It's like Tinder for dead people. Purgatory, hell, super like is for heaven.
Michael, do you have any specific nightmares that you remember?
I have a very recurring one, and me thinking about it's making me think it's going to happen again because it hasn't happened in a while. But I have a very
soldier.
interesting. Yeah, I know it's probably going to happen
Oh,
tonight
seven.
too. It involves my real mom, and I think I've talked about this before.
And her real face melting off in front of you?
What'd you say?
And her real face melting off in front of you?
It involves her real face, yeah.
Oh.
And it's kind of strange.
I think this is real shit.
Yeah. But so to paint a picture, imagine you're in like a really like big open mansion type living room, like where it's glass, all kind of like a trees, and it's dark out, but a lot of moonlight's
You
coming
living
in.
it up in your
Yeah,
dreams,
so
man.
it's like kind of like a purplish light coming in the building because like the moonlight and the white of the walls, floors brown, just
Kinda mapped out.
that kind of atmosphere. And imagine the house is empty. All right, and there's like one of those spiral
no
type
furniture?
staircases. Yeah, no furniture. Imagine there's like one of those spiral type staircases that goes all like kind of like turns up to
Yeah.
the second floor, right? And it's a pretty big staircase. And to kind of shorten it, it gets to a point where there's someone in the house, and I know there's someone in the house, and it feels like it.
I know that vibe.
Yeah,
you just
yeah, there's
know.
someone-
You don't.
yeah.
There's no indication otherwise. You just know that someone's there
Yeah,
because
you're
your
not
brain has
alone.
created it and sent you a flag.
Yeah.
It's like objective to survive.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Like there's no problem. You could just be sitting on a couch and then it's like survive. You're like, yeah, dun, 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 dun.
Just so random, but it's something along the lines of that. And to get down to the point, it's like my mom is there, and she's wearing all white, like a white dress.
God, that's like having it be your mom is just.
I know. Yeah.
Have you seen your real mom?
Yes.
Okay.
What the weird thing that I've seen her before is I did the 23andMe DNA
Oh, yeah.
test just because
Oh,
I'm
really?
not too familiar with my history and stuff, and it matches you with like your relatives and stuff. And guess who fucking did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fucking mom, which is like great. And it's
yeah.
funny, you can message people on there, and I know she knows I'm there because you can see they're active. You're like how active
Yeah.
they are, and it's like active in the last week. Never messaged me. She doesn't
Yeah.
give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Don't message
Yeah.
her. But and I see her
That
face is
sucks.
on there, and I think she has a Facebook. But I do know what her face looks like, and it's weird how accurate it is to the thing I've seen in my dreams before.
Yeah.
Because I had this dream before I even like seen her face.
Oh wow,
that's
that's
really
fucked
weird.
up.
yeah.
Okay.
She kind of looks like an average white woman. So
Yeah.
maybe that's
Average.
But it's also
scary.
like you probably Because like, when did you get like adopted or put up for adoption?
4.
Yeah, 4. So you probably have some early memories that are just like deep in there, you know,
Well,
in your subconscious.
it's weird because Zane said he's like remembers stuff when you're like 2 years old, and I
Yeah.
don't remember shit from when I was
don't.
that
That is
old.
my earliest memory, and I don't think I've had another memory since I was maybe 4 or 5. That
Oh,
I
okay.
I feel
explicitly
like my
remember.
earliest memories are from like 10 years old.
I
Like, maybe
legitimately
11.
just like remember suddenly gaining consciousness at
Yeah.
one point. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes out of
There's people that
nowhere.
remember when they're in the womb. That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
What?
I'd be
Ima-
traumatized from
Yeah.
that.
Imagine like being twins and then having memories of being in the
Eating him.
womb, and it's like you
Yeah.
absorb.
Absorbing the other one. You just think,
I remember eating your
yeah,
son.
today I will consume you, my friend. Yeah,
Alright.
that's a.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not done. He's not
That's
done.
not the scary part yet. Well, okay, so I'm up on the second level, and there's like that white sort of railing ish stuff, and I'm looking down, and I see this woman, right? And it's like almost always it'll be that area of the house, and almost always it'll be like a flash where I see her kind of like instantly teleport up to my face, like right
Yeah,
up in my
that's
face.
horrible.
And her
Like on a
face is like a
blink or something.
I just got
greenish,
chills.
like a greenish blue, like you have like no oxygen in your fucking
Yeah.
like that fucking like dead face.
Like a
And it's-
jump scare.
Yeah, it's like literally like a jump scare, and almost always I'll wake up from it immediately because it'll end like that. It'll like she'll come
Yeah.
up, and then
You gotta hit exit, bro. When
Yeah,
you
that's
see her at the stairs, just bring up that menu.
yeah, really, that's a good point. Fucking double. I'll try to remember that.
It sounds like that's,
The Konami code.
you're trying to do it
Start-
super quick at the top of the stairs.
Start doing combos on her. How do?
It sounds like she looks like that one jump scare that's on YouTube all the
Oh, yeah.
Kind of, but she's blonde, which is weird because she's blonde in real life as well. Maybe because my mom,
yeah.
my other mom's blonde. But it's not. It's kind of like that. That's a good example. But
Okay.
Well, like the scary maze game one.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that one.
I think that's from The Exorcist or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably.
I think I recognize the girl, but you know, I think I recognize it more from YouTube jump scares than I do The Exorcist.
Yeah.
And I've seen The Exorcist.
There was
I don't
this,
know if I've seen The Exorcist.
there was this horror movie that I saw with Anaya recently, and it was honestly, I give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Wow, that's
Which one?
great. We don't know the movie.
Yeah.
It's a
But
3 out
give
of
it a
5.
3 out of 5.
Go watch that movie, guys.
Yeah.
It hit
Good.
Alex's threshold
Alex
for
is
good.
gaming it.
It did hit my threshold for good because it's
You don't know the movie. You passed it.
it starts with an S. It's like
Cemetery. Cemetery. Do you know the word cemetery?
See?
No. Semetery.
No. I learn a new word every day.
It's like the meaning of cemetery and cemetery with a C are a little bit different, I'm pretty sure. Or it's like the old
We all
version of
laughed
the
at
word.
him.
The movie is called Cemetery,
I've never seen
if
it.
that's what he's referring to.
Didn't we see a scary movie together after Cisco one day? What movie was that?
Oh, wait. Was it A Quiet Place?
It's the one where they can't talk.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
Quiet Place. So
yeah,
fucking
but I
good.
couldn't. I had to bail.
Oh,
I
right.
hated
You
that
like
movie.
wanted to-
pussy, bro.
Dude, I wanted to kill myself after that. I hated it so much.
I hated A
The-
Quiet Place.
The
Yeah, I
person
just remember that. Holy
You
shit.
hated it? Why?
It was just so mediocre. Like it's just like
ass, dude.
it's the only thing that I feel like really got me is when the girl stepped on the nail going down the stairs or like going up the stairs back
Mhm.
up. That was like the only thing I was like genuinely uncomfortable about because the entire
Like, you
time
didn't-
they're like, oh god, it's like it's so predictable what you know is going to happen. You're like, oh, the entire point of the movie is that you're supposed to stay quiet. What do you think is going to happen?
I
They
was-
get loud.
I was really enthralled by the sound design and the like the set pieces that were just in that movie because it's just like the way they play with sound in that movie is like really fucking cool because like obviously you expect that there's going to be some silent sections, but when it's primarily silence and every single sound is just so intentional and just like
Yeah, it's
really visceral to the overall effect of the movie.
Mhm.
I thought that was really good. I didn't necessarily like the plot as much because then at the end they're like, let's go. And then they end it like that. But it's like,
yeah, that was a
cringe.
little. I didn't like the ending, but
Yeah.
it was a good. I thought it was a good movie.
but for the most part, I've tried to keep like 2 separate scores for movies. One's like before the ending and then after the ending.
Consolidate them.
I do afterwards.
Yeah.
But like,
I feel like that's just the same score that you just have to shift because that's like with all media.
Wait, Michael, Did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
God damn it! Yeah,
Is
you
that
can't
a
you can't
horror
rave
movie?
about it.
It's a really good movie.
Is it a horror?
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
it's like a psychological. Would it be a
Not
thriller?
No. God, no. It's like a sci-fi movie. It's a sci-fi movie about family.
I looked up Cemetery, Sematary, and it's just like an old English version of Cemetery. But what I was
Oh.
thinking of is Pet Cemetery, that movie.
The movie, by the way, was called Incantation. And
So you lied to us.
I double lied, but yeah, it's
What's it about?
It's in like an Asian horror movie where like there's like this weird cult, and it's the whole idea of just like they're keeping this deity sealed away there, and obviously some goes wrong because
Some goes wrong.
The deity gets out.
Yeah, some ghost
murders
hunters let out
everyone.
some ghost hunters let out this fucking shit, but there's like
course.
genuinely good horror elements in it, and it's like some quote unquote found footage
I
kind
thought
of
you were
thing.
gonna say Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, you're literally dude just sits in an office and looks at cams for 2
Yeah.
hours.
Have you guys seen the original Blair Witch Project?
I
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's bad.
I really like it.
I
I think it's
hate it.
probably one of my favorite horror movies.
Really?
Hated it? Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I like it.
I do enjoy.
You like The Quiet Place, but not fucking
I enjoy
Blair
the-
Witch Project?
I enjoy the premise of Blair Witch Project, but I just don't like it as a movie because it's just like you have these two conflicting ideas where it is A, this is some supernatural shit, or B, there's something else happening here. And I really like when those two things, like the lines between them kind of blur, kind of blur.
I saw your
Yeah, the light bulb popped.
Shut up.
Yeah, whatever.
The
dude.
lines were
But
blurred.
yeah, I do like when those lines kind of blur a little bit. That's why I wanted for seconds. But then it's like at the end of the movie, I'm just like, this is dumb.
The
Like
ending of the
both
movie.
scenarios taking the full way end up here. That's fucking stupid. And
Yeah.
I hated the ending of Blair Witch.
But did that ruin the entire movie for you?
No, but I did play the Blair Witch game, which was actually surprisingly good.
They had a game?
Yeah, they had a Blair Witch game. It's very bad.
Oh.
The plot,
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
I think you have two conflicting.
The game is bad. The plot is good. That's
Okay.
That's the disconnect.
So you like the plot of the game more than you like the plot of the movie.
Yes.
But you don't like watching or playing either.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in a very weird spot.
All right. So I have very vivid dreams occasionally. And it's those kind of dreams where you wake up and just immediately start typing in a journal. And I had one on March 1st, 2021. So this was well over a year ago now. And I wrote a fuck ton of it down.
Holy
It is a dream and a
moly.
half of just garbage. So I'm gonna recite it because there's a lot of fucking crazy shit that happens.
Story time with Zane.
Story time.
What would you title this?
Give it a
Dream.
name.
I have the only tag I have for it is Meth Sonar, Dayton, and the robbery.
Meth sonar.
Yeah. So
You do meth and you're like a bat now.
listen, it's honestly pretty close. Not the bat aspect, but like the sonar part. So there's a lot of things I explicitly mentioned, so I'm gonna have to like redact it out some of the stuff.
Some personal
okay.
stuff.
Well, just like areas that I'm in specifically, or like cities that we're by.
My bathroom.
The Dayton, Ohio is in here, so
That is so
that's a
random.
pinnacle part of the story, so I can mention that. So it starts off by I'm walking down a street that's in the middle of our big city that's nearby, and I'm right by this building that looks exactly like an apartment complex that's right by our college.
Familiar
Okay.
apartment complex or unknown?
Familiar, like
Okay.
it's a one that we've been to, but it just looks like it. It is the same
Yeah.
building, but it's in like the dream universe. So since it's the dream universe where nothing quite looks right,
It's like nether travel. It's just like 8 blocks over
Yeah.
real world.
it's like mostly glass.
Okay.
Like there's no, I don't know how to explain it. A lot less concrete. And I'm with a friend that I talked to a couple times at college, and he says that he wants to go get bubble tea, specifically bubble tea. And I'm like, okay, for some reason I have Heelys on, so I just start rolling around the hallways inside the building looking for a tea shop.
Wait,
inside
Why
the
can't I
apartment
have
building.
cool dreams?
can you say who this person is?
His name is Tim. I haven't talked to him
okay.
since this event.
Tim Pool.
Like I talked to him.
You're hanging out with Tim.
I'm hanging out
Pool.
with Tim. So shout out Tim for being in my dream. I think he leaves like immediately after.
Oh,
All right, later, man. I gotta
07.
go. This is about to get scary.
He knows.
He's like, remember the menu, dude. So I'm rolling around this apartment building in Heelys. He's with me, just running, and we're like looking for a vending machine for boba tea. I don't know why.
Like in
So
Japan.
we don't find tea, so we start walking home. This dude in a green sweater gets out of his car and starts walking behind us. After a couple intersections, you guys bullshit. After a couple intersections we cross, I turn around and ask why he's following us. He fucking whips out dual-wield Glocks and says he's going to rob me and Tim.
Oh shit!
I got a
Ooh,
Glock for each of you.
Yeah, really. He's got the akimbo.
My friend is literally gone as soon as
His shoes are on the ground, but he's gone.
the menu and just disappeared.
he's looking at us watch. I'm like, Tim, no, please.
Hey, yo, what time is it?
Battle log.
So he says he's going to rob me, and I turn and look and just say no. And he's like, bro, I will shoot you if you don't give me your wallet. And I argue with this man for like 10 dream minutes. And then Tim rolls up with a police officer in a cop car. Then I'm like, yeah. And then he's taking all of us to the police station. So cut to us in like a...
Wait, are you in the
All right,
back
so
of the car
you,
with the
Tim, and
robber?
Dream.
Did you go in the cop?
Yeah, Tim
Yeah.
and Dream.
So we're in the cop car.
With Dream?
No.
The police officer was Sapnap, and he came.
Oh my god.
George Not Found was the person who processed us.
Hello, Commissar George Not Found.
Sorry.
So we dream teleport. We are on the highway driving to the police station. Green sweater robber is sitting is sitting in the front seat with the cop while Tim and I sit in the back. I'm in the back right.
Okay.
Stole his guns and just fucking.
Well, he has them on him.
Yeah, he's like
I'm
that,
assuming, or like in the cop car.
Who's Harry Potter?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. The movie when he's got the guns.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got the bunny slippers. on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are all talking and laughing and shit, and actually having a good time with the robber and the cop.
We were all like, the robber was low key chill.
He was
I'm not
pretty
gonna
chill.
lie.
Like,
I'm
he
actually
started
gonna
just
drop
talking.
all charges on this guy.
Before we get to the station, green sweater dude says he knows where some buried treasure is. And he points to a very crudely drawn, tattered map of the outline of Ohio, where there's a huge X where Dayton, Ohio is.
This is a JoJo part.
I say to him, "There's treasure in Dayton," and Sweaterman says, "No," very solemnly.
No.
I'm like, "Why is there an X on Dayton? Is there even treasure there?" And he says, "That's not Dayton." We literally had an argument about where Dayton, Ohio is. I looked it up after I wrote all this down, and it was exactly where Dayton was. I was upset.
You're still like arguing with your
I
dream guy.
Yeah.
Even outside your dream, you're like, I knew I was right. That fucking piece of shit.
What the dream, what my notes don't encompass is that this conversation was like a lot longer than it's made out to be here. So we had like a legitimate argument
I
about
was
where
there
Dayton
for
was.
dream days.
We were on like the full trip to the police station. And so, yeah, he says that's not Dayton. We literally had an argument about where Dayton, Ohio was until Sweaterman admits he doesn't know where Dayton is. And we sit in the car in silence. Absolutely killed the mood. I dream teleport again to the inside of a huge mall in Dayton, Ohio with my mom. We're both really pissed for some reason. I think it was because we were late, now that I'm remembering it. We were like late to go to the mall because we thought that other people were going to get to the buried treasure before us.
Mom, there's buried treasure in Dayton.
We gotta go.
The mall in Dayton, Mom.
That's not where Dayton is, honey.
So we were both really pissed for some reason, and we get into an elevator filled with plants that only has two floors, 8 and 2. My mom seems to know where we are going, so she hits 2. I spend the elevator ride worried because I forgot my mask. This was obviously during COVID times. It was 2021. We get to the floor and there's a huge movie theater. Like the elevator opens out into just like the back of a movie theater.
What the fuck?
I take my seat and the theater fills up. We were like one of the first ones there. We were just going to see a movie now. My mom doesn't sit down. She says she has some last minute shopping to do in the mall. I'm like, bruh, and it's about to start. She leaves in the theater packs to the point where there aren't any seats left. Halfway through the movie, that was basically just background noise to me. I see recognizable people from school and old friends and such walk in with a bunch of random items. I remember one girl had a keyboard with some huge piano keys and thought, how the fuck are you going to play that? Many people walked in late with random shit from the sale, but never my mom. She like went to the sale and never came back. But I see people walking in with shit from this sale.
Is that the buried treasure?
This sweater man's like, dude, there's a huge sale going on.
You dig it, you buy it.
He's just an advertiser. He just forcefully made me go to this mall. Huge tech for advertisement,
That's
though.
5 head right
Yo,
there.
pull out, hire your advertisers to pull out guns on kids.
So the movie ends and the lights lift, and I recognize that almost everyone in the movie theater is someone that I know. I get upset that everyone had something from the sale since I was stuck in the movie, even though everyone from the sale came to the movie anyways. Someone hands me a fucking Elmer's glue bottle in a Ziploc bag. I'm like, are you kidding me? This dude next to me says, bro, check the date. It's from 1864. This dude next to me yells, the other dude next to me yells, guys, he got old ass glue. Everyone in the theater starts staring at me. I stand up and hold the glue up and everybody claps.
You're a Redditor now.
I was. I remember writing that part down too and going like, that is ridiculous. I remember being very confused as to what was going on and typing this out now. I just as am confused. That's what I wrote down. And saying it out loud, I'm still very confused as to what was going on. So I step outside of the mall and fucking Tim is there back.
Tim Pool.
Yeah.
And he takes me to an underground section of the mall that's like routed. It's like a cellar door in the back, like where the trucks go. It's like a huge ice cave. And he says that this is where superpowers happen. He said that word for word.
This is where you sound like a 3-year-old. Like you're like, this is a toddler's dream.
Yeah,
This is a Nickelodeon show.
I was 22. Where was
Holy
I?
shit.
I'm like, oh yeah, I say to him, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is where
A group of people walk out with like explorers kits and miners helmets on. About 5 of them. One has a gigantic stomach. I don't know what that even means. Oh, like he had a huge beer gut. I remember now.
he could eat so much.
He was like I don't know. You guys haven't played Pokemon, but the hiker dude, it looked exactly like him. Like from Diamond and Pearl, where there was that generic hiker dude you see in the underground. It was like exactly that dude. They say they like to fight bad guys down here. I say how, and they're like, oh, we take a bunch of meth and use our radars to find people and kick ass. I love it.
That is the most like crackhead thing. Like, oh yeah, we do meth and I use my sonar to find bad guys. Use the mini map in the bottom left.
Oh my god!
You're literally going through a game tutorial.
God damn.
We take a bunch of meth and use our radars to find people and kick ass. Period. I love it.
I love it.
They start going deeper into the cave. They ask us to follow. I never saw them actually smoke meth, but I knew they were all on it. I never did any meth myself, but all the aura they radiated, I guess, gave me their strength.
The power of friendship. You get your meth powers.
Meth ship.
Yeah, the meth dude in the ice caves gave me his powers.
Holy shit.
I actually saw what they meant by radar. It was more like a sonar that outlined the cave like dying light does, where it's just it
with
booms
the
out of
ping
you.
shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost like how
Survivor sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was kind of like that. We kill some bad dude deeper into the cave. It was just some generic like burglar with like the black and white stripes. At this point in the dream, I'm kind of logged out. Like I was just tired.
There's so much happening.
And just watching to see what happens at this point. They feel bad about killing this dude, but one dude from the group comes forward and is like, I think we need to kill more, actually. So we go back up to the
Like a
surface.
thirst for blood.
I think we need to kill more.
So we go back up to the surface and he just starts throwing huge rocks at people, absolutely decimating infrastructure of Dayton, Ohio. We decide we have to kill him. So the meth heroes, Tim included, he's still in here with us.
Doing meth.
have Superman battle flying around. Have a Superman battle flying around and shit. They kill the evil guy, and they're like, "Oh, it's not over yet." They say that while on meth, your bones can still travel, and they eat meat to gain their fleshy form back. I'm like, "Oh damn, I didn't know that. That's crazy."
Meth is kind of wild.
Damn.
The dream ends with the scene of the evil dude's skull, like fucking waddling back on of like an embankment on a river, like a fucking cliffhanger.
Getting
at the
ready
end
for
of
a sequel.
Yeah, like at the end of a Marvel movie, the skull like waddles up onto the shore and just starts eating like a dead deer.
You
And then
literally
it
just
ends with
dreamt
that.
of Earthbound.
As wacky as it was, yeah. That's the end of my dream.
Holy shit. That was really good.
That's fun.
That was good. That was a good story.
I want to have meth superpowers.
Yeah, I
what the
kind of
fuck?
do too.
You want sonar?
Yeah. Meth Dar.
I want to just like have a cool dream where it's like I'm Master Chief or something, but it's like, no, you're being chased down by, you know, some fuck ass who you can't see their face and they're instantly terrifying.
One time I had a dream where everything was made out of Nerf.
That is
Literally
awful.
I
everything.
think I remember you
Or
telling me
I've
this,
definitely
Jimmy.
told you.
You
that.
just went into an insane asylum.
It was no. It was like
Oh, wait, hold on. No, you told me in Cisco.
yeah. It was
Oh
a
my
while ago.
fucking
No, because
God.
this was burned into my memory. The main reason. So I actually talk apparently in my sleep, and
Yeah.
I also
I've learned that too.
I also laugh in my sleep as well. Apparently, like no, like I'll like have conversations. Like Sydney has told me, like I'll be sleeping and I'll be like. Like something like that, like just some dumb
Goofy
shit.
ass
Yeah,
laugh.
literally the dumbest shit. And what's it called? One time I had this dream where literally everything was Nerf, and I had like a bowl of cereal with like a Nerf like a Nerf bowl with a Nerf spoon, and like it must have been Nerf cereal. It must have been. There's no way it wasn't.
It cannot.
I don't remember taking any bites, but like I remember I was like, it felt like it was like an arena in Brink. Like
Oh my God, dude. That
like there were like
dead-ass game.
there were like a bunch of it was dead as fuck. But there were just a bunch of like random platforms
yeah,
and
it's
like shit
you
like
might be able to parkour here.
yeah, like shit you could like wall run off of or some shit. And like it was just like a crazy course or whatever, but we were just like eating Nerf breakfast. And then I remember the person, I don't even remember who it was, but they were sitting across from me and they threw their Nerf spoon at the wall and it penetrated the wall like like
just
a metal
absorbed.
like a metal spoon going through drywall. That's how it hit, but it was Nerf against Nerf.
Oh, I said that oh shit. I remember you talking about
Yeah,
this.
no, dude.
The spoon shit.
Yeah, and outside my fucking actual body, I was like, how'd the spoon go through the wall? Like I said that out loud asleep. It stuck with me so long because it's such a bizarre dream.
Sometime in the next 5 years, you're gonna have a Hot Wheels stream.
I can't wait.
That'll be dope.
All the
I'm
kids'
excited.
toys.
Michael, you talk in your sleep.
Yeah, I've learned that as well.
Really?
Steph has told me.
Yeah.
She said I scare her, but, and it kind of makes sense. And
Start speaking Latin.
oh yeah, there's a weird fucking thing that's happened that she said I was talking to her in my like a little. She said I have conversations with
Yeah.
her, and I'll always be complaining about needing to get something done. She said one time I was talking, I stopped, and I just got up. I got, like your legs and like my torso was up. And I looked
That's
around,
horrible.
And I like. She said I was getting mad at her, and I slammed my head back in the pillow.
Actually
so
possessed.
Yeah, that kind of scared me when she said that.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, just to the like, she just said I talk, and that's the one thing that's like really scared her. But she said I'll just talk to her in my sleep.
Yeah.
Have you guys slept walk?
I don't think
Sleepwalk?
I've slept
No,
walk.
I
I remember, sorry, but I remember one time pretending to sleepwalk because I wanted to get a snack from downstairs.
Dude, no way they didn't think that you were.
No,
just
absolutely not. They didn't believe me whatsoever. But like, I don't even know if they noticed me, to be honest.
Honey, what are you doing? I'm sleepwalking.
Because I was literally like, I was in the kitchen, just blatantly like standing straight up eating yogurt, like just like with my eyes like closed enough to where I could see, but it looks like my eyes are closed, you know. And it's just like I'm so stupid.
How
I
old
was
were you?
Like 10. Like
Yeah,
I was
that's a
pretty young.
10-year-old brain
Yeah.
thing to do.
No, it is.
I used to sleepwalk a bunch when I was a kid. I used to go to sleep on my bed and wake up like on the floor in the living
Really?
room. And I used to be
Holy
like,
shit.
what the fuck?
Jesus. I've had like my mom's carried me up.
Yeah,
That's not
my dad's done the same thing. My mom would be like, Zane, what are you doing? And I would just be like, well, like I'm obviously asleep, but she said I would respond and be like, oh, I'm just like watching what you're doing. Like she'll be watching TV and I'll just be like watching TV with her, and then I'll just go back up into my bed. And the weirdest part is like I slept in the second floor of the house and I went to the basement to like go watch TV with my mom and then just go back upstairs.
Jesus.
That's actually
And I
kind of
don't-
impressive.
I don't remember like any of this happening. I don't know what caused it, and I don't sleepwalk at all now. In
Yeah.
fact, I don't think I've sleepwalked since I was, I don't know, maybe 12 at most.
I don't think I sleepwalk, but there are some times where it's just like, did I end up like moving something or like changing something when I woke up? Because it's like I don't remember doing that before going to bed. I don't remember, through being asleep.
You could
But
have.
I like it was a couple days ago. I slept over at Naya's house, and it's like we had the computer on playing videos just for like white noise in the background. But I do remember waking up at some point in the middle of the night, looking at the monitor and just being really frustrated at the fact that it was fucking on. And like I remember waking up in the morning and then the computer's off. And it's like,
You know you turned that shit off.
I probably turned the fuck out of that shit.
I turned the fuck out of that shit.
When I was a teenager and I was having sleepovers with like Tyler, we did girl talk and pillow fights. We'd be
Cute.
sleeping like in his living room, and we had like horrible sleeping conditions.
Yeah.
And no offense to Tyler, but he just like did not have the blankets or pillows enough to support 4 boys.
Yeah.
He had like throw blankets, which was like fine, but not like space or like mattresses or anything like that.
Now you see,
So-
the motor oil will help keep the heat inside your body.
So
Coach yourself.
So Tyler was a sleepy boy back then, and he used to always fall asleep at like 10. And we were all night owls at that point, so we were staying up till 4. So he would be like, just wake me up whenever you guys are doing something interesting, like not playing video games when you're going on a walk or whatever. Because we would just traverse the neighborhood at like
Right.
2 a.m, just playing music, walking around. So he would be like, wake me up for that. And every time we would try to wake him up, he would just like swing on us. He would like have night terrors and like just bear claw one of us. It's like you had to like move him and be like, Tyler, and he would be like,
Dodge.
go away.
Yeah. Back off of me.
Yeah. I did that too a couple of times though. I'd be sleeping on the floor and people were like shifting around me, stepping over me, and people like step on my leg, and I'd be like, bro, get off me. And I'd swing on him too. Although I would do it subconsciously. I wouldn't be like, I want to hit this person. I would just be like, go get the fuck off, bro.
Dude, sleepovers were the most hype thing in the world as a kid. Like,
Oh yeah.
you get 4 or 5-year boys to come to one house. You all play video games and eat fucking garbage.
We need sleepovers again.
We can
Bring 'em
just do
back.
that.
Well, the thing is, like,
We could just. Well, the thing is, I have to ask my mom for permission.
yeah, I have to ask.
I'm gonna call her.
I'm gonna call her. Is that all right that I'm doing a podcast right now?
Yeah,
Mom?
I didn't actually tell her about this. Please don't tell her.
All right.
Please.
Shout out Michael's mom,
Yeah.
both of them.
Oh, okay. Well, not one. Don't shout out.
Actually, yeah, I'll retract the other one.
I'm gonna kick your ass in his dream.
Yeah, you're in the dream. You see her walking up the stairs, and then there's Alex that caresses you on the shoulder.
If that happens, I'll be so happy.
Dressed in like John Wick tuxedo. Like,
Dun, 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 dun.
She killed my dog.
they have like really good choreographed fights.
She was in my dog's nightmare. Now I'm pissed.
I think the main reason people stopped having sleepovers with the boys and all that stuff was like,
It started getting actually gay.
It
It
got a little
wasn't
bit
just
too gay.
jokes anymore. I don't get it.
and then
What
I came out,
changed?
and then I came out, and now I want them again.
Who changed?
For me, it was just like I hated the sleeping arrangements. But now if like we move out to our own houses and everything, we have like there's always going to be a couch. There's always going to be like another. We have enough. I have like 5 blankets in my closet right now.
Dude, we're
Ready
about to
for
have a
boys to
whole
sleep on.
year-long lease of a sleepover.
Yeah, a year long sleepover.
Jesus.
I'm sleepy, dude.
The thing that you said earlier, where you don't like people being awake around you.
Yeah.
How do you think it's gonna work if you're sleeping with Anaya? Like you guys are sharing a room. You think you're gonna have to get over it, or are you gonna swing?
I cope.
Okay.
I mean, I won't swing on. I'm like,
You're gonna swing.
I'm a very calm waker, I think. I'm very agitated and I get very grumpy, but it's not like I'm gonna wake up and choose violence.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna-
wake
you're not
up,
gonna
think
swing.
about it, and choose violence.
You're gonna think about swinging. Yeah, I feel like you would be someone that is an angry sleeper.
Bless
Jesus
you.
Christ.
I'm not like too. The thing is just that I've gotten
Thank you.
really used to waking up arbitrarily over the years.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Arbitrary.
Please elaborate.
Where it's just like at any given moment, my sleep could be disturbed, and I'm just like, I
So
need
you
to
just
get
became
up.
a light sleeper.
Yeah, I need to
Okay,
get up
gotcha.
and do a thing right fucking now because I have to. And
Okay.
I've just gotten kind of used to it. Before it used to be like, get the fuck up.
So even when you're on a regular sleep schedule, you just wake up sometimes and
Yeah.
you're like, I just want to do something.
Like if like I said, if I sleep by myself, I can totally just ignore those like feelings and just go right back to bed again. But if I'm with
Okay.
someone, it's just like I wake up, it's like I need to do something right now. I need to be out and awake. I don't know. Being around people just forces me to be awake.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that too, where it's like I know somebody's next to me and I feel like I have to be mindful of whatever they're doing. So I'm thinking extra hard about sleeping, which makes me inherently not sleep well.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I just fucking
Yeah.
close my eyes and I fucking
Oh my-
sleep.
I'll just wake up on
As
top
long,
of them.
As long as there's someone like if we're like on a plane or like a bus or like we're waiting somewhere, you know, like something like that. Like if there's someone I know, then and I know that they're gonna be awake, then I might catch a few Z's. But like
I slept
like
on the train to New York alone. That
Really?
fucking sucked.
that's kind of I don't know if I would do that. Like
That's good.
that would be
8 hours. I'm like,
I mean, if you
"Oh,
have, do you have like your own room type thing? No, you're just in like a public thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But like also like on a plane like or a train, like it's very rare that anyone's gonna fuck with you. And
Yeah,
if you
also,
if they
I'm the
do-
last motherfucker asleep on that train. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's like fucking 6 a.m. I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
still awake.
Dude, when I was
I'll
coming
wait.
back from fucking Arizona, all those flights were awful. I was flying for like the entire day I was coming back because
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
flights being delayed and then interchanges. And then
That was
each
horrible.
flight I was on, the fucking stewardess kept waking me up. Like I was trying to go to sleep, and
Why?
as soon as I did fall asleep, they would be like, "Excuse me, sir,
Oh.
sir," and I
Oh my
look up
God.
and I'm like, "What?
Yeah. What the fuck
like,
do you
do you-
want now?
Do you want any snacks?"
No.
I'm like, no. I didn't yell. I was
Dude,
just like,
it
"No,
must
thanks."
have
You're
been
too
their
hot.
first day. There's no
Yeah, that's
way.
so stupid.
I feel like if there's someone
It
sleeping,
happened
you don't
in
fucking
2
ask them.
consecutive flights. I'm
That's
like,
insane.
no way, dude.
With 2 different stewardesses?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I'm like, bro, please.
Let me check
leave
his
me alone."
tummy, see if it's growling.
They're like, is he dead?
They have like a stethoscope. Like,
Oh, he's hungry. Oh, sorry.
he's hungry. He's
They're like
hungry.
feeding me Chex Mix.
You have to
They-
eat
they-
this.
Speaking
slide a
of
stroop
Chex
waffle.
Mix,
Oh shit. Alex had a traumatic experience.
dude,
Oh no.
we went recently to a friend's parents' like vacation place, but also
It was like
they
a
kind of
camper.
live there.
Yeah.
Like a camper park.
Yeah. But we, one of the people they know there has just this little bag of Chex Mix.
He's like a
that's-
60-year-old hippie
Yes.
kind of guy, just to give you like an image.
And,
Beard, long hair.
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
he handed us some Chex Mix. He said he got it from, his like brother or like cousin or whatever the fuck. He's like, I don't really know what it is. It's 3 months old. It's like used to do a lot of drugs back in my day. If you guys use it. This shit is psychedelic.
Oh.
Did you just like overload on it?
No, I literally had like a sizable bite.
How many? What
Yeah,
is
but
that?
that's
It's
like
Chex
pieces?
Mix. So
like
like,
a handful,
okay.
Like
Oh, okay.
like a base of the palm kind of thing where it's like
Did you feel super high?
I didn't feel super high, but
Okay.
I was in my basement and I had a very, very weird auditory hallucination.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was from when we were visiting Tyler, I hadn't set up my computer yet. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to clean the entire thing since I need to move all
Oh,
my
yeah.
desk and shit to like get the wires all set up
Dusted.
and
We had
shit.
a LAN party.
Yeah.
Did.
And so I move all my shit and then like I go upstairs to get the vacuum and I come back down and then there's just this pile of dirt or like dust that like conglomerated together. And it's like I had zero tools or any influence to be able to put all this shit together in one pile. And I've like, jokingly out to the air, I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And
Oh,
and
Oh,
like
no.
from behind me, you hear like this click noise. I'm like,
Oh.
I,
Like something like
yeah,
that.
it was some weird shit like
Like a
that.
gun cocking?
No, not like a gun cock,
like
but
a-
just like a mouth sound.
Oh, yeah.
Like
okay.
Yeah. And like down there, I had some food that was like I was eating while I was cleaning. And I was like, and I had some bread. I made myself a sandwich. I'm like, help yourself to some. It's just like, not this one though. I specifically said, not this one though. This one is mine. But like after I hear that, I hear like, you ever watch like The Ring or The Grudge and like
Yeah.
I hear that,
Dude. Everyone's like, oh, shit.
I hear that from where the
Not
like,
the sandwich.
no, like where I keep the my standing lamp.
I've never been in that.
Okay,
room
that's fair.
years.
But it's like you enter the room and it's far forward right corner.
So it's in like the corner of the room.
It's in the corner of the
Okay,
room. The
cool.
door is on the other side. Is
So are you looking towards the door, or are you
no,
looking away
I'm
from
looking
the
at my
door?
computer.
Okay,
Like
okay, yeah.
I'm looking at the left corner.
Yeah, no.
And from the right corner to my right
Yeah.
behind me, I hear
by the door.
not even by the door.
No,
it's
it's not?
literally
Oh,
over
okay.
by like the cabinet. It's over by the light, and it's just like, I need to go. I need to take a minute. And I
Yeah.
went upstairs, and as I'm going upstairs and I'm walking through my kitchen, I noticed that like there's like the acid lines in my vision essentially,
yeah.
where it's like reality is
get
kind of
wavy.
like warping around itself. I'm like, motherfucker.
Not this, not now.
And it's like the only thing that could do that is probably the Chex Mix.
Yeah.
And
Were you
It was
thinking that
fun.
at the time where you're like,
oh yeah, it was like immediate realization, like as I'm walking, because it's like I'm going down the hallway and I'm like, I notice I'm kind of like wobbling a
Yeah.
little bit. And it's like, oh fuck, this
Yeah.
is something happening right now.
You also had like no sleep that day, right?
I
Or
don't
was
recall.
that Monday or something?
I don't recall. It's probably every day.
Whatever day we got back from the LAN party, Alex was like up for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just wondering if it could have been that, but yeah, that's super fucked up. I asked if it was if you felt any weed because like when I had that super strong edible
I
like
don't.
over winter
It
break,
didn't feel like weed at all. It was just like all of a sudden I'm like put into an acid state. It felt like being like clicked into the back room.
That's so
that's
weird.
fucked. Because I got extremely high on that edible first, and then I started noticing patterns in like the ceiling.
Did you eat the?
the Chex Mix? No,
Oh, okay.
I didn't
He
have
gave
any.
me a bag of it. I took like a couple bites of it and I was like, this tastes like shit, and I tossed it.
Yeah, he said it was stale.
Yeah.
It is stale.
It's
Yeah.
it's a little old, so maybe don't eat stale
Maybe it
edibles.
fermented.
Yeah.
I feel like people should just not eat edibles because no one has a good experience
Yeah,
on
no,
edibles.
I don't think that's true. I feel like
Nobody.
I feel like a lot of
Name
like
three.
older Gen Xers will eat edibles because they don't like to smoke.
Because they
And-
can't feel anything anyways.
Well, no, they definitely feel it. If you talk to some almost boomer on an edible, they're definitely feeling it.
Yeah.
bro. Like
You can see it.
all of my like my mom's generation, like all of her cousins and brothers and sisters, they'll all be fucking on edibles or smoking or drinking or whatever. So
Oh yeah, all the boomers that I know that do edibles, they're like, yeah, I just had like 60 grams. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
feeling it. I'm like, I would die. Like that's what I took and like I almost
Yeah.
needed to go to the hospital.
'Cause
How
they're-
are you just vibing right now? I
because that's all they do is edibles, so they're like used to the dosage, you know.
feel like that's just so crazy to me. Like, and I guess there might be a like a tolerance you can build with edibles, but I've never done edibles enough consistently to be able to notice anything. It's always like I'm having a bad time.
I was never able to build a tolerance.
I just can't do them. I just get way too anxious, and I
Yeah.
don't know what. It's like I get just
I don't get
way too
anxious.
high.
Yeah,
And
I just
really
get too
anxious.
high. I start to throw up. Like edibles make me
yeah.
throw up. I green out.
I haven't thrown up in a long ass time. And like even
Yeah.
when I took edibles, I didn't throw up. But like it makes me feel garbage. Like
Yeah,
the,
afterwards.
the first time I took an edible, like I literally thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Like I thought
Oh yeah.
during my I'm gonna go through my first
You have
experience
some
with edibles.
bad edible experience.
I do, and nothing but bad edible experiences. But I remember going to like going home and being like, okay, I literally have the house to myself. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat this edible, and it's like I didn't know how much to take, and so it's like I have this little Rice Krispie. I fucking love Rice Krispies,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna eat the whole ass thing.
Dumbest thing.
And-
The thing is, so just for some, I just want to give like some guidance for you or tell
Context.
you, yeah, comments. It's like it's a regular like it's like probably 2 Rice Krispies side by side. They're already divvied up, I think, into 2.
I think so, yeah.
I only ate like half of one, and I was really high. Like I was like blasted.
the whole thing.
He
Yeah,
ate
I ate-
both, like
I ate
both
both,
halves
yeah.
of it.
Holy.
I had no idea how much it was.
You're a
you know?
monster.
Alone too.
Yeah.
Literally alone.
But it's like I wait for it to kick in, and I'm just like, man, like this ain't doing shit.
Ain't shit.
Yep.
This edible ain't
Never
shit.
say that. That's how it activates.
No, like literally, shortly after it starts hitting me, and it's like I get like this
Bong.
body feeling. It's like the same way I do like the Joker dance, where I'm like kind of just like moving around the room.
Joker
with,
in
like,
the bathroom.
the feng shui, just like I just really enjoy moving when I'm under some
like Tai
influence.
Chi kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Because it's like therapeutic. It's good to like be in like good connection with
Yeah.
my body. And then I just remember laying down. And as I'm laying down, I'm feeling my heartbeat. And all of a sudden it's starting to get slower.
Yeah, that's when you notice your heart, you're already in the dead zone.
Yeah. And I noticed it started to get slower. And it's just like, I'm thinking is my heart stopping right now? And so like I go to check and feel, it's like I can't feel it. It's like I'm checking all the blood lines.
I literally have done that so many times. I've done that when I've smoked just a lot.
And then while I'm sitting there on the ground, I see my vision start to like go like black. Like as it like
Jesus.
comes in from the corners, it feels like my entire vision is just leaving me.
Holy shit.
And I'm sitting there, and like that was the moment where it's like I'm dying right now.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. And also in that moment, there was a weird sense of peace.
You're high as fuck.
Yeah, but it's just like I'm sitting there, and it's like in my mind's eye, I am dying, and I'm okay with it. And from that point on, I was like, death isn't too scary.
If I'm gonna die like that, yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm already high as fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's how I want to die in the first
I want
place.
to Jedi flip before I go.
Have you ever had an edible, Michael? If you want to talk about it.
Do you remember the time we had the other?
Oh my God. I don't even know why I asked you that. I should have talked about this a while
We
ago.
were talking about taking too much. That fucking big ass Rice Krispie that we all
Oh
shared.
my God.
I was just like,
we were in high school.
I was just fucking taking it.
We were in high school. I wish
Barack Obama.
here to talk about this story too,
Yeah.
because his perspective is really funny as well. So like
Barack Obama's.
brother had like a friend that made like Rice Krispie edibles with like can of butter. So we buy one off of him.
Can of butter.
Can of butter.
Butter.
So we buy one off of him. We're like in junior year of high school. So we go into our friend's basement. We just eat it, and then we're there for like another hour or so. None of us feel it. And then our friend's like, "Oh yeah, my mom doesn't like people being over like past 11 or whatever."
Walked home too.
Yeah, we walked to
Barack Obama's.
house, which wasn't too far. It
Yeah.
was maybe like
20 minutes, 15 minutes.
it was like
in the dark,
it was
though.
a decent walk, but it was
Yeah,
fine.
It was hilly. It was a very
Yeah.
hilly.
It was a
area.
nice, it was a nice night. I was
Very
enjoying
hilly
myself.
area.
We all had like I think the same amount,
Was this in
which
the
was
summer?
really.
Barack Obama.
Went off, and I remember going off.
Wait, was this
I
in the
honestly
summer?
don't remember. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Summer 69.
Summer 16,
Yeah.
bro. It might have been summer
16?
summer
17.
17.
I had work the next day, so
That is insane.
yeah.
But you weren't terrible. You had an experience, but you were
I had
not
a bad
like
time, but I didn't audibly.
Just
Show
continue.
it.
Yeah. So like we take this edible and we're walking to
Barack Obama's.
house, and then we get up on top of this hill that we're walking to, and then it hits everybody all at once, except for me. I'm completely sober the rest of the night.
Oh
This
my
edible
God.
did not work for me whatsoever.
Jesus.
That's
That's probably a good thing, to be honest.
Yeah, I know.
You got the not incorporated bit of the crispy.
Yeah, literally.
Because watching this, I had a unique experience too. Because like everything that's going on, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is happening?
We're like literally clinging on to each other. We're like trying to get to
Barack Obama's.
house, and I'm like leading the way because everyone else is high, and I'm like, I haven't felt it yet. Maybe it's gonna hit me. We like go in his living room. No one else is home, and we're just sitting there like on the couch, just talking or doing whatever. And then it's like progressively getting everybody way more high. Michael's sitting on this recliner chair. He's just like staring off into like the empty room. I'm like talking to somebody else that was there, and then
Barack Obama.
just like, and he's completely silent. He's like just sitting there, like not doing anything. And he gets up and starts walking around. He starts pacing, and he starts like just yelling and talking to us. I don't remember what exactly he was talking about.
He was getting a little nervous. I
That's
remember that.
psychotic.
So he's just walking around. He's like trying to find stuff to eat and drink. He was having a good time to begin with, and then he started getting maybe a little bit anxious. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So he starts like eating just a bunch of random food in the fridge, and then
Stress eating.
I think so. Trying to take his mind off it, I think.
Yeah.
And then like he goes downstairs and just starts playing the piano.
Yeah,
like
and
we're
it's so loud.
because he was like,
Does he know how
I
to
need to
play the
go.
piano?
Yeah,
Oh,
like really well. He's really good at
really
it.
good.
So you just hear this beautiful piano music in the
so
basement.
good. And I'm sitting there in the fucking ring. I'm like, what is
I remember that moment
happening?
specifically because he walked downstairs and we're like, where's
Barack Obama.
going? And Michael and I are just looking at each other. The other person that was there with us is just like asleep.
Yeah.
Michael and I are just looking at each other and you hear like, and we just look at each other. We're like, what the fuck?
He's playing Beethoven's
having-
Fifth down
He's
there.
having an actual Joker moment.
Yeah, literally. He's like,
And then Michael, what did you explain your experience after this?
Like how I felt.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was getting very anxious because.
wait, speaking of the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was getting very anxious. Okay, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, just getting really anxious, and the main feeling I was feeling is I said it, and I still 100% believe it. I felt like I was in a hospital, like I was on like a hospital bed because I was in the fucking recliner. Right?
Yeah.
I felt like I had an IV in me, and I was just like fucking sick as shit, and my body was just like tired.
You can't move
Yeah,
at all.
I felt so.
No one moved.
Weird.
Yeah.
No one moved once they sat
You
down.
get glued to the ground after
Yeah.
eating
Yeah.
an edible.
And like, it's funny because you guys in the last episode, you guys were talking about panic attacks. I was on the brink of a panic attack because I did not feel right.
Yeah.
You didn't look like it at all.
Really?
You had no
it was
indication
an
that you were
internal
like that.
struggle.
Yeah. And it's like, it was bad. And yeah, it was just like on the brink of a panic attack the entire time. And
Yeah.
it just,
then-
that continued on for like way too long.
And then
Barack Obama.
comes back upstairs and he's like, now he's really freaking out. He like calls his brother and his brother's like, call mom. And we're like, you should not call your mom.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't really care that much. But
Doesn't
during the
his brother,
time in
like,
high school,
smoke weed?
yeah,
that's why
but
he
like
called him.
he didn't have that distinction like in his family yet.
Oh, okay. So what, did you not tell him?
He was just worried. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So his brother tells him to call his mom. He drops his phone a
I
lot,
remember that.
like all the time. He just can't hold
And
it.
he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. And then you just immediately start talking again. Like nothing just
Who are
happened.
you apologizing to? Like us?
Wait, was he on the phone with his mom and he
No,
dropped his
it was
phone a
like
bunch?
it was in both calls he was doing this. So he calls his mom and his mom's like talking him through it. She's like, you're fine, like you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't know what's going on. Eventually he calmed down. I wonder how the person whose house we ate the Rice Krispies at even like what was she doing during this time?
Yeah. Did you take any?
I think so, yeah.
He goes to our
Oh yeah,
school.
she actually had a perfectly fine experience. I remember because we asked her afterward. She was like, "How was it for you guys?" And we're like, "Awful." And she was like, "Oh yeah, I was fine." Which I'm like, "Yeah, makes sense. Cool, thanks."
One of you guys projected the bad vibes into the group.
Oh,
He didn't do
yeah.
anything specifically that made us have bad vibes, but
I think he made me worse. Like,
okay.
I was
Oh,
like,
because of the
I
piano?
was worried because I thought I was gonna get to his level of like
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
the fuck. And I was like, dude, oh my god.
I'm not trying to be like,
Barack Obama.
and then you like push yourself into being like,
Barack Obama.
Exactly. It's like the last episode. Like when you think about it, when you fixate on the problem, it's just
Yeah.
gonna lead to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just fucking running around. It's like, please stop. Calm the fuck down. And he just wouldn't. He was like, should I? Yeah, he was talking about just like, I'm about to call 911. Like he was about to like call the
Jesus.
cops and shit. And I was like, please. Please.
oh, you're killing me.
have
You're
work
killing
tomorrow.
me. You're gonna fuck it all up.
And then again, that made it worse because he's like talking
Yeah.
about calling the cops, and it's like,
Yeah.
dude, please.
it's like the worst thing you can do to
Yeah.
someone who's high. Be like, "Oh, the cops are here."
Yeah,
like,
literally.
They're like, you can probably hide it depending on how high you are, but it's like no one
Edibles
wants to
are
talk
hard.
to the cops high
I
as
doubt
fuck.
that I could ever speak to anyone of authority on an edible.
If I was like smoking, maybe, but if I was like on an edible, there's no way because
Yeah.
like my eyes are gonna be like
You're gonna be, like,
bloodshot red.
fucking-
Like my eyes are gonna be half closed.
Dude, I have no idea how we got through that data center without
Dude,
all of
I
them.
know.
I
Wait,
specifically
did you do an edible that time?
I was
you
fucked
did.
up. I couldn't stop laughing.
That shit was,
That was, like-
so funny,
Dude, I was
went on
at
a
the
field
front
trip.
of the
Yeah.
fucking line. That shit was awful.
It was me and you. Like, and I was like, I think you were not
I was
as
in the
fucked
front
up as
too.
me because you were like kind of calming me down, and I was talking to you.
I was freaking
Okay, wait.
out.
Let's
at that
tell this.
point.
Let's tell this story real quick. I don't know if
We
told
probably
this.
have, but
Yeah.
you can reiterate.
Basically, so my mom works for like a big company, and she got like a whole like field trip for us in my high school class to go to this data center Um,
And us being good, respectful
yeah, good,
children,
respectful.
thought it would be best to show up on her gracious invitation after
homemade
eating
edibles.
after eating some edibles.
I think who all took them? It was Jared.
Yeah, let's not rat all our friends out right now. Hold
All
up.
right, well, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think there was at
5,
least like 12 in
6,
the
7,
class.
8, 12 people. Like it was like around like 9, 10, 12, I think.
Yeah.
What were the edibles?
They were just brownies.
Okay.
Our
I
Classic.
hated brownies.
yeah, one of our classmates like homemade them or some shit.
Whose bright idea was it to bring them? They're like, yo, you got to take these.
It was the guy who made
the
them.
one dude who
Yeah.
would make like
Yeah.
if you knew him, it would make 100%
Yeah,
sense.
it
that
would.
They would just bring it.
Was he just like, I want to bring these? Did he tell you guys beforehand, or was it like
No.
you get to the you get
No,
on the bus?
he approached us and asked us like, "What if we brought edibles on the trip?" And
That's
I was
such a
like,
fucking
"That's a good idea."
no.
Yo,
that was it was a good idea.
it was the best
It was
idea.
You know how badly.
Hold on, I take it back. There are good experiences.
yeah. Okay, so wait, hang on. So I think like in the classroom, like we're all huddled around and we all eat it at the same time. or
It
something.
reeks.
Yeah,
in
no,
that
it
classroom.
stinks.
Yeah.
It stunk. And Mr. Parks doesn't know shit. Like he didn't give a
Like
fuck.
who opened the window?
He's like,
There's a
yeah, he's
skunk outside.
geriatric. Like Democrats. Democrats smoking in the hallway. It's got in here, guys.
Get in, drug dogs.
And so like we all get on the bus, and like by the time like maybe like 15 20 minutes on the bus, I think it's maybe like a 30-minute trip if that, like I was giddy as fuck. I was laughing super hard.
You got
I
really
was
quick.
yeah.
It didn't hit me for a while.
Yeah.
I had to get eye drops. I brought
Yeah,
eye
I
drops
remember Michael came in clutch with the eye drops
Yeah.
Fog,
because my eyes were fucked. They were beyond fucked.
Yeah.
And so
They're like, hey, mom.
Yeah. No.
Blinking one
like,
eye at a time.
Yeah, I'm like, hey mom, what's going on? But like we get off the bus, we walk into the data center, and before like I see my mom like come out of like a hallway or like down the stairs or some shit, and I instantly take the eye drops that Michael gave me and walk into the fucking bathroom like to the right, like away from her. And like I go in, I drop the eye drops in, I come back, and by this time, I am so fucking high. I am beyond like high.
From my POV, I was happy and fine. I was just like, I was enjoying the moment on the bus ride. Everyone's having a great time. I'm not really feeling it yet, but the moment we get into those doors
Yeah.
and we walk in,
The
and then
energy
just
changed.
fuck everything.
That's the one thing you're not supposed to do on like edibles or psychedelics is like leave the place that you're
Yeah,
in.
go do
Yeah.
shit.
No.
It's like it's like a term for the phenomenon, but like everyone experiences that where it's like your brain recognizes that you're in a different location or like a different area than
Boring.
Yeah,
Just
it's a
trying
new
to experience
process.
all the new information
Yeah.
that didn't
Yeah,
have
like-
anything on. Maybe.
well, yeah, like what kind of people are here? Where are the exit gates?
We did everything new that day. So like after
You're pushing through doors.
yeah, we walk into the fucking this huge ass building, this corporate like office, and then they lead us to this data center, and it's like perfectly like climate controlled, like it has specific like
Oh,
humidity
yes.
conditions and AC.
It was
nice.
an alien fucking
It felt
planet.
weird. It felt really weird in there.
It did.
Like I was on edge like the whole time.
Okay.
Also because my mom is there. And so,
So
like,
you were edging hard.
yeah, no. I remember standing with my arms crossed, like focused, like just like the person was like giving a presentation about the data center, and I didn't hear a fucking word they said.
I just kept nodding
like,
my
yeah,
head.
I was nodding. I had my arms crossed, and I was focused on not throwing up. And I was like,
They're
interesting.
They're like, yeah, this actually is like 40 exabytes of data. You're like,
40 bytes.
My fucking dumbass thought that blending in would mean to ask questions.
Yeah.
And so I'm
Just
sitting
about to say that.
I'm sitting there full ass talking with our tour guide.
you
I have
asking-
no
you were
idea
asking
what the
so
fuck
many
I'm
questions.
saying.
I don't remember this at all. To be honest, I was so
that is
fucked.
so Alex to be like,
Yeah.
I have to make
I
the
have to
situation
interact.
bearable for myself. So now I'm going to talk to random people. I feel like you do that so much now too, where you're like just getting through a situation. I'm just gonna speak to people.
Yeah.
Like I just got to do something.
Yeah, just like preoccupy yourself.
I feel like
Do
I'm
something
the
else.
exact opposite. I'm like I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just getting through this by my lonesome.
I it's interesting sometimes to talk to a stranger just randomly.
It probably
Have, like,
helps.
a random conversation.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when I do that, I'm like initiating battle on two fronts, where it's like I shut
Strategy.
off all external connection with the world, and it's just like I'm speaking to one person, and on the inside, I'm freaking out.
You're lasered in externally. Inside, you're all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like, and I'm like trying not to look really high in front of my mom and just like interact with her normally. I remember like having 2 brief conversations with her, like greeting her, hugging her, and then saying goodbye, you know? So it was easy for that. But the whole experience was just bizarre being in there. It just felt really weird. And then we get back on the bus and then we go straight to CC's Pizza.
Oh,
That
no.
was the best. I remember eating over a dozen
Yeah, no,
sweet rolls.
I stuffed my fucking face.
Probably like opening the Golden Gate.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, literally.
dude.
To literally 12, like 17, 18-year-old stoned kids out of their fucking
That
I haven't
mind.
eaten all day.
Yeah, literally.
That was literally like our
Yeah,
tribulation.
Yeah, we skipped, I think we skipped lunch.
Yeah, we had to. We skipped the whole day. I don't remember going
Yeah,
to class.
because I was in the, when we were juniors and we had morning class.
Dude, that was the best
Yeah.
shit though. Like literally skipping out a day and then just
It was nice.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I'd do it again.
Let's go back to the data center.
Let's go back to high
Let's get
school.
high in
Probably
front of
haven't,
Anthony's
we're on a
mom.
list, I think. There's no way they did not fucking notice.
Yeah, they checked the security cameras and they're like, these kids are high as shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told my mom about that we were on edibles, and she was like, I had no idea. Like she
Oh,
couldn't
that's
tell at
good.
all. Yeah.
That's good.
So
Gold
like
standard.
conversation.
yeah,
Gold
I think we did
standard.
I think we did a pretty good job.
I feel like the tour guide's just like, how y'all doing today? And everyone's like, good. And she sees all your eyes.
Because also that could be an excuse for just high schoolers being tired. It was
Yeah,
in the morning.
it was
You know what I
morning.
mean? So
Oh, they all got red eyes. Although I would expect high schoolers to come up.
dehydrated.
Scoliosis.
I have red eyes because I have scoliosis.
You're walking around like a fucking gremlin.
Yeah, you have like your you're all bent up. All right. Well, I think that's the end of the podcast.
No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
Let's make a dream. You give me a setting, Michael.
George not found. Sap
Georgia, middle of the woods, fucking mosquitoes everywhere.
You're by train.
field.
You're by train tracks. You hear a train coming, but you can't get off the tracks.
The train is coming, but the lights are off, so it's not actually a train.
You just hear it coming. You know
Yeah,
that
you-
it's approximately
George
1
not
mile
found
away.
is the train.
The moment you get into the forest, you know the train is there. It's coming after you. Hide. Survive. Objective. Survive.
You see Tim.
You see-